What's going on, everybody? D here from perfecthumanx.com. And today, I'm still going to talk about the Jeff Nippard situation. And the reason this Jeff Nippard situation is so peculiar and is so interesting, it's because it's one of the rare cases of bullying where even like if somebody has a status, and even though somebody has a status that like he's a social media personality or that he's known in the fitness community, he still gets bullied because of his physical or because of his size, mainly in that situation, which is the difference in size and strength between him and the guy that was bullying him, Michael Van Wyck in that case. And that's a very interesting perspective because a lot of people think that, achieving specific status in society, maybe financial, maybe clout, maybe social media, would prevent you from going through these problems like regular people. And unless you have like a security team that goes around you, unless you're surrounded by security guard, like bodyguards, that really doesn't prevent you. Like if you're still at that level where you're just dealing with normal people, that doesn't prevent anything. It doesn't prevent you from being smacked. And this is the problem. And in the case of Jeff Nippard, he always talked about being natty. He's not on steroids. He did so many videos on steroids, even though he doesn't have any experience about steroids, doesn't know anything about fucking steroids. He never experimented with them. He didn't even do a lot of research on him. If you listen to his videos, he's not really knowledgeable. With that being said, he's a good guy. He puts out a lot of valuable information. And he tries to stick to science as much as he can. But the interesting thing about this whole situation is the other people that started to comment about this, like Wes, the other fitness guy, and he started talking about the jacked, tattooed men that sometimes some other guys who think that they can sit in front of the computer all day until they meet jacked, tattooed men in real life. And I just want to ask a question: what does tattooed mean? Like, having a bunch of tattoos doesn't make you tough. It has nothing to do with toughness. Some of the weakest people I know are are people that are their body's full of tattoos. That doesn't make them tough. Having someone draw on your body doesn't make you tough. Has nothing to do with toughness whatsoever. When you have someone draw a bunch of drawings on your body, you have a flower drawn on your body, doesn't make you tough. So just where did this idea come from that tattoos somehow make you tough, or having a bunch of tattoos now that makes you sort of like a tough guy? You ain't tough if you have a bunch of tattoos. That doesn't make you really tough, okay? You're just a regular guy. You like to have them for whatever reason, but that doesn't make you tough. Now, being jacked, on the other hand, I would say that makes you, kind of tough, because that requires discipline. It requires training. It requires going through pain, consistency, training every day, maintaining your diet. That requires discipline. Having and maintaining a good physique with muscles and being jacked is not easy. It requires maintenance. It requires that you work hard at it, because once you stop, you lose it, just like anything, just like your business. Once you stop, you lose it. So that is different. But having a bunch of tattoos really doesn't make you really tough. Doesn't make you tough at all. You ain't tough if you got a bunch of tattoos, a bunch of drawings on your body, okay? You have someone else draw. I'm gonna ask somebody to draw a flower on my body. That doesn't make me tough in any way, shape, or form. Some of the toughest people on the planet never had tattoos. Some of the weakest people on the planet, they had a bunch of tattoos. It doesn't make you tough. It doesn't make any difference. May look scary to some people, but in this day and age, man, come on, having tattoos is just normal. Even the face tattoos and the head tattoos, they're normal now. Like, you see people walking around with that stuff. It's not even like back in the day where people used to look at someone with tattoos like, oh, he's like, coming out of prison or something. Now everybody has tattoos. So it really doesn't make you tough. But you know what's even more important about this whole issue is the fact that you're implying somehow that you're almost condoning this behavior of bullying. Like it's as if you're almost condoning what happened, or saying that, you know, Mike Van Wyck is not to blame for what he did, or like somehow you're condoning that bullying on Jeff Nippard. And why would you do that? And why would you condone? Why would you condone, or even imply that you condone something like that, or even talk in a way that doesn't, you know, where you don't speak against that bullying and what happened? What happened? I mean, it's not acceptable. I mean, it's textbook bullying. The guy knows that Jeff Nippard was not threatening his space in any ways. It was just something that it shouldn't have happened. And you know what? A lot of us make mistakes. In that case, that mistake was for Mike to bully somebody else. I don't know if he has apologized. I think he should apologize for it. Overall, you know, he had a bunch of good videos. He has a bunch of good information as well. But everybody makes mistakes. But when people make mistakes, I think they should go and apologize for that. Overall, there is nothing that justifies what happened. There is nothing that justifies bullying, or you know, trying to physically assault somebody else, especially when he hasn't, or he never tried to assault Mike in the first place. It's not like he was defending himself. He was trying to assault somebody that did not initiate any attack, so it's not even self-defense at this point. Okay, so with that being said, I just want to say that, you know, I don't like this message, or I personally don't condone what happened in any shape, way, or form, which some people may have misinterpreted my last video. But with that being said, how can you say that, Wes? How can you say that, you know, talk about these tattoo jacked men, you know, that doesn't give anybody the right to bully somebody else. And as far as Jeff Nippard, he has to work on himself as far as things like martial arts and self-defense and everything like that. So with that being said, follow perfecthumanx.com, subscribe to the channel for more information, actual useful information that would help you achieve the perfect version of yourself, as far as in a situation like that, as far as defending yourself from an attack, being stronger, being able to study martial arts in a way that would actually be functional in having you, giving you the ability to defend yourself. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Stay perfect.